So hi everyone, my name's Miranda and thanks for joining us with KYW Radio. And I'm here today with Krista Mcanally. So what is DaisyCares?
DaisyCares is a nonprofit that has worked in San Antonio for about 15 years. And our mission, the way I look at it, is we are the opposite of a rescue. We try and keep pets in their homes before they're released to shelters or the streets. And we do that by providing pet food, emergency vet care, and education about taking care of pets and responsible pet ownership.
And what's your role with DaisyCares?
I'm the director and also the only paid employee, so it's a one-man show.
And how long have you done that?
I've only been with Daisy for about 14 months now. Mm-hmm. I started in October of 23. And I had been in the medical field previously, so it was a huge change.
Yeah.
Huge change.
So how do you think DaisyCares has helped you grow professionally and personally?
Professionally, I think that Daisy has helped me be patient. Working with the people that we assist with our programs has made me much more understanding of different lifestyles, different choices that people make. Families make choices every day where they, especially the seniors, where they feed their food to their pets to keep their pets instead of feeding themselves. Mm-hmm. I never understood the need for the amount of pet food that we distribute. Mm-hmm. Last year we distributed 927,000 pounds of pet food. That is staggering to me. I had no idea the need was that great. Mm-hmm. We also did about 65 veterinary care grants for sick or injured animals. And I knew that was my primary goal in coming to DaisyCares, was their veterinary care program, because I think it's vitally important and needed. And so I'm really focused this year on growing that program and assisting more sick and injured animals. Mm-hmm.
What type of events do y'all participate in?
As a nonprofit, all of our money that we receive that support our programs is done through either fundraising or grant writing. Mm-hmm. So I will write about 25 grants this year and do probably 10 to 15 fundraising events. Our budget is $315,000, so that is what I'm charged with raising this year through different fundraising events and so on. Currently, we're right in the middle of Claws and Paws construction, and that's a design-build competition for architectural and general contracting firms here in San Antonio. We have 8 completed projects that installed at Pearl this past weekend. Mm-hmm. There's some really cool things, tabby tunnel for cats and sit and stay chalet for dogs. And there's just a really creative show down there right now. And we invite everybody to come down to Pearl and see them. And there's 2 QR codes on each sign. One is for voting for your favorite, and one is bidding to purchase your favorite. And you can also visit DaisyCares on Facebook, and those QR codes are also available there.
Do you have any past favorites?
This is an inaugural event. We've never done it before.
Okay, yeah.
We talked to, there's an event in Dallas called Bark and Build, and they've been doing it 11 years in Dallas. And so we looked at some of their stuff and we thought, oh, this is super cool. And we thought, yeah, this is something that we can do and make an annual event. And we already have people contacting us about next year, so it's really exciting to see it kind of take off.
And so how does the housewarming party relate to this?
The housewarming party is the culmination of Claws and Paws, and it will be held at Pullman Market, right across from where the projects are installed. We're inviting all of the teams that built the projects, as well as some of their clientele. And of course, anyone that supports DaisyCares, we want everyone to come out. We're going to have food, drinks. We're going to do the awards ceremony for the winning houses People's Favorite Award. We have several other awards based on the design and the functionality of each project. And so we will do that night as well.
And then I know you said that to contact y'all, you have the website. Were there any other ways to get more information?
Always on Facebook. You can message us there. That's the easiest way. We're currently rebuilding our website, so that's not the friendliest way to get to us right now. But Facebook and Instagram are always being monitored.
Yeah, and was there any information that you think is kind of hard to get across that way that you want the public to know about DaisyCares?
Just that we are here to serve the voiceless. We speak for all of the animals that are in danger of being put out on the streets. I think a very staggering statistic, I'm a numbers person, so, but I think something else that was a real revelation for me when I came to DaisyCares is the fact that there are 34,000 stray and neglected animals on the street every day in San Antonio, and 70% of those are owned, and so they're and just not taken care of. I think that speaks loads as to the need for DaisyCares, and I want to be able to reach out to any and all of those people that need help in understanding that dogs and cats and any animals are not disposable. One of the things that we have an educational program called Project Kindness that goes into anywhere where there are children or adults that want to learn about responsible pet ownership. And I think that one of the things that I drive home every time that I speak about responsible pet ownership is that they are not disposable, and that you're making a commitment to 12, 14, 16 years taking care of that dog or cat. And if you're not willing, just like your parents, made the commitment to take care of you for 18 years at least, that you have to make that same commitment to the animal, or don't get it. It's just not. It is a commitment. It is not. What do you call it? It is not an impulse buy, right? It is a commitment, a lifelong commitment for that pet.
Were there any cases that y'all worked with that stuck out with you?
We have been working on a hoarding situation in Bandera County for 13 months.
Wow.
We got a call from a lady. I get them every day. I can't feed my pets or my dogs or my cats. And I said, oh, okay. I said, so how many, because I asked her how many pets she had so I would know how much food to give her. And she said, well, I think I have 50. And I said, okay. So where are you located? And she told me, and she's a 77-year-old retired Army veteran. She lived by herself. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to come out and take a look and see the animals and see, how many. And I said, I'll bring you food. And I got out there, and she actually had 66. In the first 4 or 5 months that we were there, we delivered 10 litters of puppies.
Oh my goodness.
So at this point, we've removed 98 dogs or puppies from the property, and we have 20 left.
Wow.
And that is not something that Daisy normally does. We did this as a volunteer group of individuals going out and doing it. I think that it's urgent that everyone take into consideration, if you have relatives that have a growing number of animals, it's definitely a mental illness. She thinks that she's doing the best that she thinks she's taking great care of these dogs, and we've spent about $30,000 on these animals to get them vetted and cared for. So it's a real issue, and I think that everyone needs to be aware of your neighbors and friends and family members. It's not just devastating for the dogs to be living in this environment. It's detrimental to the humans that are there as well.
Did you have to partner with anyone for that?
We partnered with about 6 or 7 different rescue groups.
Okay.
We partnered with Roscoe's Rescue, the Lucky Spot Rescue, God's Dogs, and a couple of others to out-of-state rescues.
Okay.
We moved them to Florida, Vermont, Virginia, California. So they're everywhere now.
Do y'all work with those, not maybe the out-of-state ones, but the ones in San Antonio organizations a lot?
We don't really. This is a one-off. This is not something, like I said, it's not something that Daisy normally involves themselves in. We do not have custody of animals. Obviously, if we find a situation like this that we feel like is an emergency situation, we work with rescues at that point. But as a day-to-day, we don't work with rescues because, like I said, we're trying to keep the pets in their homes, off the streets, out of shelters. And rescues. There's literally, people probably don't even realize there's literally hundreds of rescues here in San Antonio. And I will say, and this is off topic, but I will say that the one thing that all rescues urgently need, and something that DaisyCares has started an initiative to help provide, are fosters. And we have the SAFE project. It's San Antonio Foster Education Program. And we want to recruit fosters in different locations than a normal rescue might, because fosters are the one things that rescue can't pay for. And it's vitally important that everyone know, because I hear this all the time, well, I can't afford to foster. There's no expense to fostering. The rescues will pay all of the veterinary costs. They will provide the food. They will provide any supplies that you need to take care of that animal. But it's something that they can't go out and purchase 7 new fosters. It has to be volunteer based. And so that's where we go into different places. Daisy goes into different places where rescues don't normally go, like home and garden shows, RV shows, boat shows, those kinds of places. You don't see a lot of animal rescues there. And so we talk to people that may not even have animals about how important fostering is. And that, if you're one of those people that talks about how ACS should not be euthanizing pets, then you need to step up and be part of the solution by fostering.
And then were there any upcoming projects or things y'all were looking to work on that you wanted to share?
We're going to have a pretty large pet food drive. This is something that we do all the time throughout the year. I think we had 50 or 60 last year. But this one's kind of a unique situation. I don't know if you guys know Ray Feo, but it's a scholarship program here in San Antonio. And so we will be partnering with the Ray Feo Court on April 12th to do a food drive. And anyone that comes to the food drive, we don't have a location yet, but you can watch us on DaisyCares Facebook page and Instagram for that. Anyone that donates food to the food drive will get a free Ray Feo medal, Fiesta medal.
Cool.
So, yeah. That's what we're working on right now. And then, of course, on March 22nd and 23rd, we're doing the Kitten Lady educational program at the San Antonio Food Bank. And I think Saturday is the day that we're open to the public to come in and once again talk about fostering kittens.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Anytime I can talk about Daisy, I am there.
Great.